We march against wars and capitalism, we defend the sovereignty of peoples, and buen vivir. Today, capitalist, patriarchal, racist and colonial systems are deepening their control through war, criminalization of struggles, and corporate power. Transnational corporations concentrate wealth, dismantle public services, control territories, and shape global institutions in favor of profit. Religious fundamentalism and the advance of neoliberal fascism are a threat not only to women, but also to the rights of people in general. In the face of these forms of oppression, as the World March of Women, we continue our struggle against capitalism, patriarchy, racism, and colonialism, in convergence with other social movements and progressive organizations. We march to defend the sovereignty of peoples and buen vivir. This is a time for resistance, solidarity, and internationalism. In 2025, the World March of Women renewed its commitment to our slogan, "We will continue to march until we are all free."
We march against the war and capitalism.
We launch our 6th international action here.
We launched our 6th international action on International Women's Day on 8th of March, bringing it to an end on the International Day for the Eradication of Poverty on 17th of October. The 6th international action began in Bujdorn, Western Sahara, Africa's last remaining colony, bringing sisters from all over the world together to support the unceasing struggle of the Sahrawi women.
Not to imperialism, not to conflict and war.
During our 6th international action, we condemned the Moroccan occupation of Western Sahara and the plunder of natural resources, including phosphates and fisheries, by corporations and occupying forces.
All Palestine will be free.
We condemned the genocide of the Palestinian people and the complicity, silence and inaction of the international institutions in response. Today, louder than ever, we chant, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will live."
Free, free Palestine.
We condemned the silent genocides perpetrated against people such as the Haitians. We condemned the political and economic blockades imposed by the US government, whose sole purpose is to subdue the sovereignty of peoples, such as those in Venezuela and Cuba. We condemned the militarization of the Caribbean and the extrajudicial killings carried out by the US Navy in its attempts to find new territories for war. We condemn violence against women, which is structural, global, and intersectional. From sexual violence in conflict zones to the criminalization of activists, patriarchal violence is used to silence and control women's bodies and curtail their rights to their full and happy lives. We continue to support women's struggles for autonomy and the right to make decisions over their bodies, lives, and territories. No place in the world is safe under this global order. Many of us already live in warlike conditions, whether they are conventional, unconventional, hybrid, proxy, or trade wars. On World Peace Day on 21st of September, we condemned the excessive violence used against youth protesters, the censorship of communication platforms, and the deepening of inequality through corruption and neoliberal policies in Nepal, Indonesia, and all over the world. We are witnessing the same patterns everywhere. Governments repressing social movements, neoliberal policies deepening inequality, corporate power hollowing out democracy, and women and young people paying the highest price. To mark the International Day of Feminist Solidarity against transnational corporations on 24th of April, we took to the streets to condemn the exploitation of women's labour, especially unpaid care work in Sri Lanka and in every other part of the world. We demand recognition, decent conditions and fair pay for all work.
Past 2 years they are not paying overtime.
On 27th to 29th of June, nomadic women herders organised a 3-day event in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, where they are struggling to protect their land, animals and lives from extractivism and live in harmony with nature. At the Nyelani Global Forum from 6th to 13th of September, we joined allied movements in the struggle for land, for a socially just energy transition, for food sovereignty, and against full solutions to the climate crisis. We raised our voices against land grabbing, control over water, and the privatization of seeds. We condemned the climate crisis, driven by corporate greed and a capitalist system, which has led to devastating hurricanes, typhoons, and other extreme weather events that disproportionately affect women and marginalized communities. Throughout our 6th international action, we embraced the tent as a symbol, a space for exposing the precarity and forced displacement caused by capitalist wars, corporate land grabbing, and environmental destruction, and a powerful reminder that we, as women, can transform vulnerability into power and resistance. As we bring the 6th International Action to a close, we call on all women around the world to unite as one to defend internationalist solidarity. Let's continue to strengthen our memory and political coherence as a movement through documentary reconstruction and collective debate. Let's reaffirm the feminist economy as a political horizon that goes beyond the sphere of care. Let's continue to confront structural violence against women with common actions. Let's continue to condemn the multiple forms of war and militarization that are present across the planet. Let's build buen vivir for people around the world based on popular sovereignty, harmony with the planet, and solidarity. Let's continue to strengthen feminist internationalism. We march against wars and capitalism, we defend the sovereignty of peoples, and buen vivir.